Welcome to the Museum of Aquarium and Pet History. Thank you again for coming. Today we have a larger box. And so this one was open because it came over to Zoo Med and they were trying to see if it was something for the shop over there. And then they said, no, this is something for the museum, as far as they knew. Which I don't know how they knew that, because how would they see what's in it? Ooh, okay. I don't even know what's in it. I do know this probably came from an auction, and I think it was shipped by our sales guy over in, oh, okay, I know exactly what this is now. Oh. All right, so I'll show you one of these, and then we'll go on to some other stuff. So there is, those of you that are into fish, especially African cichlids, one of the major importers in the United States of African cichlids. He's traveled all over the world, especially to the Great Lakes in Africa, Lake Tanganyika, Lake Malawi. That's Laif DeMason of Old World Exotics. And he has recently retired. And so I asked him, I said, look, I love to get your collection of trophies and all your historical stuff. And he sent it all to me. He sent me over 50 trophies that he won from fish shows that he entered. So he was a really big fish hobbyist. This is 1991. This is the Florida Tropical Fish Farmers Association's for integrity, it says. First place, dwarf cichlids. So they're a little dirty. They'll have to be cleaned up. But Laif had over 50 trophies, and I think he kept a few of them, but he sent the majority of them to the museum. So we'll have these cleaned up, and we'll put these on the museum site. And I also want to interview Laif because he's really one of the earliest people to import African cichlids, which is amazing. I mean, he traveled to Africa when he was very young, in his 20s, which is not easy, and found different exporters over there in some of these countries, these third world countries, and then exported fish for years and years and years. Set up a farm in Florida where he's actually breeding African cichlids. I got the chance to visit his farm at one time. In fact, I collected Liberty mollies in the canals at his farm. So it was real fun. And he's a great guy. He sent me a ton of information, old price lists, old permits that he had gotten for his fish. I mean, just everything. So it'll take us a long time to go through it. And we're going to write a bunch of notes so when we do interview him, we could ask all the right questions. But so the two people I really want to interview when it comes to cichlids are the Bailey brothers. I don't know if Tom is giving interviews, but Nevin, I think, is. And then also, again, Laif DeMason. So that is a couple of Laif's trophies. Oh. Okay. This is a cricket cage. Some of you don't know that in Asia, especially Japan, but probably also in some of the Indonesian countries, they fight crickets. Especially they have different species of crickets, big ones. And see how narrow the little bars are here. So this would be to keep your fighting crickets in. You would take them to like a little cricket fighting exhibition where probably you'd have food or something out here, and you'd open it up and you let the crickets out. Let's see, does this go up? I don't know if that goes up or not. Looks like it does go up a little bit. Interesting though. I've never seen this particular model. I've seen the Japanese ones, which are very ornate, but this looks more Indonesian to me. So that is an Indonesian cricket cage to keep your cricket so you could take them to battle other crickets in Indonesia. It's still going on today. They still have cricket fights today, believe it or not, in Indonesia. I'm not sure about Japan, but I know Indonesia does. But both of them are crazy about insects. Insects are super popular in both those countries, especially beetles in Japan. They have like complete beetle sections in Japan for keeping beetles as pets. And in fact, there's a new, like it's a $2 store. Do you remember the name of that store that opened up? Daiko, that's it. Anyway, so the Daiko is the new store that opened up. It's a little $2 store, and they have little cricket cages in there. It's kind of cool. So check it out. So this came from Holland, and they wrote this to me in Dutch. Iwis kuam vengo mikroen kruzgaba. Yeah, right. Oh, yes, I know what this is. And this is going to actually go with another item that I have, which probably I won't have time to show you today, but nice double wall box, by the way. So this is a bird cage, and this is a bird cage from Holland. This is a cage that they've been making for about 300 or more years. Easily from the 1600s on up until the early 1900s. They have made this cage in Holland. And the reason why I know that is it's in all their paintings. If you look at different paintings from different ages, if they show a bird cage, they usually show this one. And that could be paintings from the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, all the same cage. It's really interesting. And all Dutch painters. So, not Van Gogh though. I never saw a Van Gogh painting that had this particular cage. But this is an old Dutch cage. This one's probably, I would say, mid-1800s, could be earlier. It is solid brass wire. It's going to need to go to Rick to be kind of put back up, but you can see how the wire is kind of crooked. Some of it is actually broken. This is all handmade, hand pounded. This looks like this is tin. So this is tin here, and these are brass wires. This looks like this is all tin, but it actually is probably brass. Just very thin sheets of brass. You can see the bottom here. But when you see these cages, you see them hanging from a ceiling. And we have a painting of this actual, almost exactly the same cage, hanging from a ceiling with a cat looking up at it. A really beautiful 1800s painting. So it's really a neat cage, and this is definitely Dutch. Definitely 1850-ish, right around there. And you've got hammered brass and brass wire and possibly hammered tin at the top, not sure. But so that's that. All right, so that's all for this week, folks. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Take care.